Hi. Welcome to a new Let's Play. This is one people have been looking forward to. It's Dave Mirra fucking 2. Now as a note, I am playing this on the Gamecube version, though there will be bits where I play the PS2 version, which is what most people actually played. The Gamecube version is the quote-unquote more complete version, as it has 2 additional levels that are not in the PS2 version. In fact, the PS2 version is more like a scrapped-down earlier version, in a sense. And, yeah, I'll show you the changes in there for some levels when we get to that. But, Dave Mirra 2. So, you already know, if you've seen my Dave Mirra 1 Let's Play, how I feel about Dave Mirra 1. And what Dave Mirra 2 is essentially Dave Mirra 1's negatives taken to an extreme, and any positives that Dave Mirra 1 had, Dave Mirra 2 just kinda shoves aside. By the way, Slim Jim Guy is here as well. You know, nickname Mad Cow and all. I'm gonna do this with Dave Mirra to start this off. And, you know, a lot of what Dave Mirra 1 had, Dave Mirra 2 just essentially copies. For better or mainly for worse. In fact, this is one of the new ones, the modifier setup. I'll show you the modifier thing soon, but first off, Woodward Camp is back. Actually, Woodward Camp is the mecca of freestyle BMX. Riders of all skills flock to the Pennsylvania countryside to learn their tricks on the top quality park, vert, and dirt terrain. Show your comp counselors and the visiting pros that you aren't that another camper. Go big. Just another camper, huh? Okay. Well, this is essentially just the Woodward we've seen beforehand, the sort of remix one, where it's a combination. You can see this is the big little area there, and there's also going to be the Cloud9 thing. And here's how the challenges work now. Back in Dave Mirra 1, it was just, you know, you had the main challenges, and then you just essentially went through like an amateur sort of thing, then a pro, then like a sort of hardcore thing. This one's going a bit different. The rookie is here, and what the rookie is essentially a gateway. So what you would need to do is you have to get a certain amount of points, and then you can actually start doing the challenges. It's just so you can unlock the actual challenge at that point for the level. That's about the gist of things. You should always be able to get that done your first run, because there should be no reason for you to be shit at getting score. Also, I've now gotten 3 gaps. There are 9 in this level, and the way that gaps work in this game is that you essentially have to get all of them in order to get points. Also, the emulator has issues. It has some little awkward issues, like, you know, sometimes just randomly crashing at points, or glitching up the graphics and what have you. But you know what? Unlike the fucking game, there's less fucking problems here than you think, you know? I have so much to say about this fucking game, and it's mainly because of the fact that this game, I don't like just immediately being negative, okay? I've had this thing in the past many times, where I just jump into a game that I've had some bad experience with, being incredibly negative and shitting on it, and people call me out for it and say, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is different, though. Because the other ones, they were just shit to me, and for the most part, my negatives were just, you know, me just showing that I don't like it much. Dave Mirra 2 is not that. In fact, what Dave Mirra 2 is it's like a torture device to me. You see, this didn't just fucking mentally hurt me to deal with, it physically hurt me to deal with. And not only that, it has legitimately broken one of my controllers. Not from me spiking the fuck to the ground or anything. No, it's from the controller essentially disintegrating in my fucking hands. Parts of it were just coming apart at the seams as I've been trying to take care of getting through this fucking game 100%. and it's just been a complete fucking nightmare to the point I had to buy a new controller to replace it. So, yeah, I now have a controller that is just in parts, essentially, because I played this game so much the controller gave up on existing and wanted to die. That should be a sign of how bad things are. But it gets worse when you find out that me doing this Let's Play took me almost a year to record all of this. Yeah, this took me months to get through. I'm not happy about it. This is alongside just all of the problems I had at university and all of the bullshit I had to go through in life and all. Alongside just the absolute agony and hatred I felt for this game, it doesn't help. Also, I'm gonna go and beat all the records, by the way, just to really phone it in as hard as possible about me doing 100%. Here are the amateurs, knock down 4 ladders, get 25 feet in the air, do a fucking amount of points, I believe. No, do the transfer here, and then like a question mark thing. Now, the question marks require you to go and talk to somebody in the level. There are issues with this, but ultimately, you talk to someone, they tell the objective, and you do the objective. That's the only way to get the objective at all, so you have to go and find that person. They have, like, a green icon above their head, not an X. Yeah, that thing. Talk to them, and they will tell you, like, clear the glowing jumps from this, the Woodward Trials 8-pack. Just jump across them, and you're good to go. It's 4 of them. Amateur is amateur from Dave Mirra 1, essentially. It is the easiest challenges. Then you got the pro, which is like the harder stuff. And you got the hardcore, which is the hard shit. But then you have the addition of insane challenges, or an insane challenge. Because there's only one insane challenge, but there's only one fucking rookie challenge. The insane challenge requires you to find the person you have to talk to. So it's always going to be that. And then you have to do the challenge afterwards, which can be a pain in the ass. In fact, most of the pain in the ass challenges are either going to be the insane challenge or one of the hardcore challenges. Because this game doesn't know how to make a good fucking challenge, really. This game has some douchey, absolute bullshit challenges that are not fun and not worth your fucking time. In fact, when it comes to 100% of this game, not one fucking person has done it. No one. Not until I came in. Like, no one's fucking 100% this fucking game. Not a single motherfucker has done it. Like, there are people who have beaten the game, like they've beaten the main challenges for the most part, and there's 2 people I can think of where they've actually beaten all the challenges, that being some walkthrough guide and Xindictive. Everyone else just does like the fucking pro challenges and that's it. Because most people recommend you to just play this casually. To just go through, do the pro challenges, and that's it. I'm trying to give this game an actual fair chance, and the problem is, if I just do this casually and ignore, what, more than 50% of the fucking game, that looks pretty bad. Let's be real here. That makes this game look pretty fucking shit. And I'm just gonna say it right now, it is gonna be fucking shit. Because this game, ooh, this fucking game. I'm gonna take care of the ladders first, get them out of the way, I'm gonna jump cut. I'm gonna do a lot of jump cutting, by the way. This is a lot of footage I'm cutting out, as it's just me running around in, essentially, for the most part, massive fucking levels that are immensely empty and have almost nothing to do with them. Seriously, when it came to Dave Mirra 1, the levels in that one weren't that bad, but in Dave Mirra 2, they are way too fucking big sometimes. Either they're way too big or way too clustered, and it makes doing anything in them a genuine fucking nightmare. And it becomes a real fucking nightmare when we then go into the competitions. Because they've returned here, and I will admit, the competitions are not as stingy as Dave Mirra 1, in that there's no point limit. Thank fuck. Unfortunately, everything else is still there, and with maps this big, oh my god, I fucking hate it. I genuinely fucking hate it. Just to be honest with you as well, this game hurt me very mentally. Oh, by the way, pro challenges, the lot 8 doors, 360 spin, 5,000 points, and the question marks. So, I get the first 2 out of the way very quickly. The points, the spin, easy. The doors, they're over by a building, just grind on some fucking rails, and they open up. And as for the question mark motherfucker, he is, over to my left, and he is, like, manual on a picnic table. That's it. So, I feel like, for me, doing 100% with this game, I have lost more sanity than I have from shit like Gravity Game's Bike. In fact, I'm willing to fucking say that this game to me is worse than Gravity Game's fucking Bike. Not even a fucking joke. Not one bit of a fucking joke there. Because if I was doing it casually, sure, Gravity Game's Bike, absolute worst. But here's the difference when you then do 100%. Gravity Game's Bike is short. You can get through Gravity Game's Bike 100% in not much time. It took me only like, what, a few fucking days? Like 1 or 2 days to get through that? Wasn't taking me that long. Also, here's, you know, this fucking area again. You already recognize this one, except we now feel like more of a giant here compared to back then. But, yeah, Dave Mirra 2 100% is like a fucking endurance test, but it's an endurance torture test. It's like a fucking water torture, essentially. You're being dripped constantly, wanting it to fucking end, and it never fucking ends for months! Anyway, I've got the train yard now next level, and I've got the hardcore challenges, the 4 doors, the backflips over the fucking Woodward trails, the question marks, which is they jump across the fucking rooftops, and this challenge, the 525-foot fucking grind. Now, this is where it begins, because I will at the very least have some people agreeing with me. Alright? I'll have some agreement. Because this challenge, the 525 feet down the rail challenge, is one of the worst challenges in the fucking game. And the thing is, most people choose to kind of cheapen it by using the manual system in order to keep the combo going and then grind some more for that shit. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do it genuinely. And by the way grinding works is still kind of the same as it was in Dave Mirra 1, where, you know, the thing I told you about beforehand, where you sort of use your body to jump more to left or right rather than just holding left and right and hoping for the best. But there's one thing that Dave Mirra 2 did that Dave Mirra 1 had at least, and they fucking removed it, or at least made it worse. And that is magnetism. You know how there was magnetism for the grinds in fucking Dave Mirra 1? There was magnetism in, like, doing the fucking foot plants and shit? That's gone! That's fucking gone! You need so much accuracy now in Dave Mirra 2 to make accurate fucking grinds in this game. It is so easy for the game to just not let you grind at all for no good fucking reason. Oh, by the way, last gap is in here. You have to make this little transfer here for the Cloud9 step up. I'd recommend using the middle ramp to go around instead of what I just did there. It's easier doing this. There, that's all the gaps. What do you get for getting all the gaps? You get 1,000 points. Now, what are the points? They are the rider points. The rider points are essentially your progress in this game. There are 5,000 each level, and for just this mode right here, the challenges mode, there is a total of 3,750 points. All you have to do is get all of that and you're good to go. The championships, that's a different fucking question, and I will get to that, because... I'll get to the fucking championships when we get to that in the next part. But, here's your fucking 1,000 points, says all the gaps. Here's me doing the grind, by the way. This time the game intends for you to do the fucking grind challenge, by the way. This is what the developers want you to do the entire time. Here is me pulling it off after a few minutes. After doing this so many times, by the way, I can do this in a few tries. In under 5 attempts, I can pull it off now. But there you go. And now, all I have left is the Insane Challenge. The Insane Challenge is one fucking challenge. The problem is both getting to the motherfucker and actually doing the fucking thing. Here are the tricks, by the way. There's a whole bunch of tricks we got here, including the stuff we've already gone beforehand and all. But then we have the modifiers, which, you know how I complained before about how there was too many fucking tricks? Well, they added way too much more fucking tricks, which require you to change your fucking settings, your modifier fucking combinations in order to do more of the fucking tricks. Which you're never gonna fucking do, and there's no fucking point to it, so I fucking bother! What was the fucking point of that, huh? What was the fucking point? I'll show you the same shit moves anyway, like the fucking kangaroo flip, the show backflip, and the Superman Decade. By the way, show backflip, that's his move, that's Dave Mirra's move. But, you know, considering how air works in this game, yeah, we're not gonna make this. We're not gonna make that at all. But, you know, the speed of the game and all that shit, it's still the same way in how he built up shit like in Dave Mirra 1, because guess what? It's just Dave Mirra 1's engine, but it's been bastardized. That's what Dave Mirra 2's gameplay is. It is just a bastardized Dave Mirra 1. I fucking hate it! Anyway, now we gotta deal with the fucking floodlights, which, the floodlights aren't that bad compared to the grind, but they are bullshit still. So first off, there's the first two grinds, which, for the first one here, I just use these little kickers here to get some speed, then jump up here, and I get the fucking lip there. The other one just causes me to use the ramp over there, which I can then jump up and do the lip from there. Very easy. The other two, though, require a lot of speed. For this one, I need to go ahead and build some speed up from the ramps, which require me to do like from about up and down a few times, getting about at least 35 feet of fucking height, and then jumping up to that fucking kicker up here, and then grind this fucker. As for the other one, I need to get a bit of speed from the kicker and from the fucking ramps or what have you, and making sure I get at least a 30, or at least a 33, and then just, you know, jumping across this ramp here to grind that spot. If I'm too fast to go over it, if I'm too slow, I won't make it. There you fucking go. That's how that works. And that is the first level done. We will come back to this one, because you saw that 75% done. There's still more points to get. We'll get to it. We'll fucking get to it. But now we're going to Trainyard. There's so much I want to say, but I just don't want to fucking say it sometimes because I just don't want to fucking deal. Anyway, give your grind pegs a workout and shred the rundown train yards as freight trains chug around the terrain beckons to be abused. Okay, the fucking train yard. This map is shorter, it's smaller, I mean, than the previous one, thank fuck. So won't be that long compared to what we just dealt with. That was like, what, 21 minutes of one fucking level? And now, we have 20,000 points for the Rookie Challenge. Easy. Though, there are a lot more gaps, and there's going to be a lot of gaps throughout this, so keep that in mind. So, you might be wondering, there's no way that just 100%ing all the levels, and maybe even those competition shit, would take you months. You don't know me, do you? You don't know this fucking channel, do you? You don't know exactly what I mean when I say 100% with a game like this. Because guess what? Guess what? This game was just a bit before Pro Skater 4. You know, it was a bit before Aggressive Inline. You know, that was still in development in a sense while this was going on. There's bridge crossover, any of those transfers, there's bridge crossover. So, it's it's separate rider progression. And you know how many riders there were in Dave Mirra 1. There were a lot. There's about 20 in this game. I've had to do these challenges at least 20 times. And considering how many levels there are, I've had to do the levels about 20 times as well. What, it's about 9, 10 levels times it by fucking 20? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna show some of the level off, you know, just get it out of the way. I'll get some more gaps too, you know, get some more transfers and shit. I'm not gonna name the transfers right now, but you'll see them on the screen. But yeah, just... So, in order for me to 100% Dave Mirra 2, I could not just do it on my own in a sense. I needed a guide for the gaps, because some of these gaps don't make sense. And, just to make this very clear, even with a guide on hand for how to get the gaps, the fucking guides are not very well written. So even when I read the fucker, even when they tell me what to do, they get a bit confused. And things don't end up very clear. And I end up kind of lost on what they want. And I figure it out myself through whatever info I can figure. And then, yeah, it just becomes a fucking mess. And to make matters worse, you already know that because separate player progression, that means all of these challenges I had to do with every rider again and again and again. Dave Mirra 2, oh, it one-ups. It fucking one-ups about the separate player progression, because you know how I'm doing these gaps right now? You know how I'm doing all these gaps? You know, just taking care of like 23 fucking gaps in all of this level and everything. What if I told you that I had to do that as well for every single rider in the game? That's not a joke. All of the gaps are separated in progression as well. In order for me to complete the game, like fully, I had to essentially get every gap with every rider. It's not just get the gap and it counts for everyone at the very least. No, the gaps are now their own fucking separation. Because this game... Ah! Sorry. Here's the guy, by the way. You talk to him, he tells you to wall ride the Huffy train car. The train car being the thing that comes past here from these tracks. You know, it has like a cart on it that's empty, and it also has the Huffy train car, which is just a train car with the Huffy logo on it. That's it. You wall right down and you're good to go. So... Oh god, I'm such a fucking mess right now, I'm thinking. Because I just... there's so many memories just coming into my fucking head, and it's just... I don't want to say it's a trauma now. But I will say my mental health really deteriorated from the many months I've spent going through this. Like, it has legitimately fucked me up. To where... even watching back this footage is like being a fucking war veteran in Vietnam. Alright? It's like getting fucking flashback to Nam. Seriously, there's no other game that I have played on this fucking channel or in my fucking life that hurt me as much as this did. That is how much this game fucking sucked to deal with. And guess what? By the end of this, I'm gonna be the first person to show you fully 100% on this game. And I'm gonna be the only person, probably forever. Because there is no way I can think of anyone ever wanting to do this. Break the windows, you know, moving flatbird car, jump over it, 4-trick combo, and then I have to, like, I have to do a foot plant on that clock there, which is what this guy's gonna give me. I take care of the trick combos first. So, I'm being serious here when I say that there's no fucking way I can think of anyone wanting to 100% this fucking game. Because if most fans of this fucking game are telling you don't 100% it, I don't think anyone has any good fucking saying about 100% of this game. It also doesn't help that even if you would do this casually, not a single person has done a competition. There is no information about the competition in this game. Hell, Xindictive years ago outright just fucking skipped all the competitions. He never fucking did them. Here's something cool, I guess I did, whatever. But yeah, I'm the first motherfucker who's gonna end up showing the competitions in this game. I'm gonna be the first person to show you how the competitions work and how to do them. Because I kind of figured it out. And you know what? I would have been better off not knowing. Anyway, here's me jumping over the fucking thing. You know, it's a difficult thing to jump over it, but I managed it by just using a bit of the track to jump over it with the height. So there you go. Got Swamp Trails now. I got 5,000 spec points, so now I get a new bike. Every time you get 5,000 points, you either get a new bike, or you get a fucking skin or some shit. But yeah, there you go. Got the hardcore challenges now, which is transferring these 2 commuter benches, doing a transfer above on the awnings. There's going across on the boats, and then the other one is a transfer across a whole fucking sewer gap. We'll get to that soon. But yeah, this bit, if I wanted to, I can actually get across all 4 in one combo without using the manual, because all you have to do is just hold the jump button while you're doing the grind. Don't be too fucking late or else you're not gonna get enough height. And the game can be very finicky about the jumping when it comes to grind. If you're way too close to the very end, you won't have a jump. It'll just fucking drop you. Like, it's very picky. It's very fucking picky, the grinds. Mostly because they got rid of the magnetism, but, you know, that aside, the jumping off of it is very picky. Anyway, here's me doing the commuter bench awning bit, which, you know, I got one of the gaps that finally fucking registered, and, you know, I just do this little jump here for this gap awning to awning, there you go. And yeah, there's also this guy. So this is one of the issues. This guy, you have to go talk to him, but if you take a little bit too long, he'll just ride around, you know, he might show you a gap or two, or whatever, he might just fuck around, really. But, it wastes time. It's about 20-30 seconds, and you have to wait for him to come back here, so then you can transfer between the bulldozers. And with like 5 seconds left, I pull it off my first go. It's a gap, by the way. It's Shovelicious Gap. There you go. Now I have 6 gaps left, and I also have the cargo ships, which is just get on the glowing part, and there you go. And as for the insane challenge, by the way, it is manualing on the flatbed car instead of jumping over it. There you go. So, for the most part, if I was just doing challenges, yeah, some of these challenges fucking suck, and the gaps themselves, they also kind of suck. But you know what? You know what? I wouldn't be like this. It was just that, okay? I would not be like that if it was just that. It's not just that, though. It's more. It's just more. It keeps piling up on me like a motherfucker. And I just... In fact, I'm gonna be honest here. After the next video, I'm just gonna get co-commentators. I seriously just... I need someone to make this less of an angry rant for every video, okay? I just need someone to, like, be the funny guy, okay? Because I can't be the funny guy for this. I can't. The funny guy is dead with this fucking game. Alright? It's fucking dead! Anyway, I did the thing now. I used the track again to get up here. You can use the track, you can use the kickers, you can use, like, the rooftop that we got from Lucky there in order to get onto here, what have you. You can use all of it to fucking make yourself useful of this shit. No matter how you do it, just get it done and move the fuck on. We now got a comp outfit. Will I show the comp outfits? Yeah, we'll show the comp outfits. But first of all, here's some fucking gaps. Like, for instance, you get up here and you can find, you know, all of this shit here. You know, these little rooftops and all. But if you get over to this other side, you'll be able to find, you know, a nice little roof-to-roof gap, I guess. But first off, you know, here's me just fucking around, just going across and all. Here we go, here we go. I break a whole bunch of these crates. No point to it. It's just physics. They're showing off their fucking physics, you know. But, yeah, you go over here, you jump across this little gap from this roof to this one, and you get where else the repair station. Then next up, you want to go ahead and, you know, do the reverse of the going to the first floor jump, where you use the bottom floor, you get a lower speed, make a big jump, get to up the second floor. Next up, you want to go ahead and you just want to make a little jump, you know, jump across these little platforms, from platform to platform. It didn't want to register with me before, but now it will. I don't know why. The game is buggy. The game is just unfinished and fucked. Anyway, jump across this little spot here and you get roundhouse drop. There you go. It's on the rooftop thing where the road is. Then you gotta go ahead and use this little easy gap with this kicker across here for the stinky sewer gap. And lastly, it's this weird, nonsensical gap that, without a fucking guide, I would never think this was ever a fucking gap. Use the ramp, go over here, land on this little fucking bit here, and there you go. It's yikes. Would you ever think that was a gap? Would you ever think you can land that? Because I sure fucking didn't. I thought that was just ground there, and if I landed on there, I would fucking bailed. But no, you can land there, and it's a fucking gap. Sure, game. Fuck you. Anyway, next time we're doing Swamp Trails, and I'm not doing it with Dave Mirra, I'm doing it with, like, Ryan Nyquist or whatever. I don't know who I'm doing it with, but what I am going to tell you is that we're not just doing Swamp Trails. Oh no. We're doing competitions next time too. And if you think my anger could, you know, not get any worse, wait until next part, guys. Thanks for watching. See you then. Fucking hell.